I am Will Scott. We have some Dolphins news that is breaking at this hour. Josina Anderson of CBS Sports is reporting from the NFL Combine that she's hearing that the Dolphins are, quote, exploring all options at the quarterback position, perhaps signaling that they are not committed to Tua Tagovailoa for next year and beyond. We're going to break down this news here in a second, but I just want to remind y'all that when we hit 40,000 subscribers, we are going to do a Xavier Howard jersey raffle. That's going to be a lot of fun. Need about 170 more subscribers, so go down, hit that subscribe button right now. And when you subscribe, I can promise you we're always going to have you covered with all Dolphins news and rumors as it goes down. Here is the exact quote from Josina Anderson. She was on CBS moments ago saying, "League sources have told me again last night and today that there are members in the Dolphins organization that are aware that the team is exploring all of their options at quarterback, including moving in a different direction from Tua Tagovailoa." And so, yeah, that's happening. It's part of the due diligence when you are considering the injury history with Tua Tagovailoa. So Josina Anderson reporting that today from the NFL Combine in Indianapolis. And I want to hear from y'all down in the comment section. What is your one-word reaction to this report from Josina Anderson? Go down in the comment section. Sound off is the pinned comment. So when an ad break comes, go down, chime in. What's your one-word reaction to this report? I'm going to call this report what it is. It's BS. All due respect to Josina Anderson, I'm not buying this report. I do not believe this report because when you've heard from Chris Grier, when you've heard from Mike McDaniel, they seem to have expressed confidence in Tua Tagovailoa, and they have committed to him for at least next year. Maybe not long-term. I'm sure they believe he can be the long-term guy, but he is going to be the quarterback going in to next season. And unless I hear this from a lot of other reporters, I'm really just not going to buy it. I think it's a BS report. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks linked to Miami in the past few weeks, and I'm not really buying any of those reports, quite frankly. When you take a look at what Tua did this past season, he led the NFL in pass rating, tied for first in passing touchdowns per attempt, first in yards per attempt, first in yards per completion. I understand the injury concerns. I understand the durability concerns, but it does not make any sense to move on from Tua Tagovailoa right now. You should let this thing play out. Taking a look at the numbers from this past season, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, over 3,500 yards, a 64.8% completion percentage. When he was good, he was really, really good. And yeah, he missed 4 regular season games. He missed the playoff game. But when this guy was on the field, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. Now, May 1st is the deadline to pick up his 5th-year option. Again, the 5th-year option applies to only first-round picks. He, of course, was a first-round pick in 2020. So the Dolphins have a couple weeks here to figure out what they're going to do here. The 5th-year option would pay him $23 million in 2024, and I think that's a no-brainer to pick up because it allows you to see kind of another year or two of Tua Tagovailoa before maybe offering him an extension. And you might say, well, $23 million, I don't know. Daniel Jones is apparently going to get $40+ million from the New York Giants. So $23 million for Tua Tagovailoa, who is a legit top 5 quarterback when he was on the field this season. I feel like the Dolphins should very much pick up that option. They have some time to think about it. They are, as Josina Anderson reported, doing their due diligence. I believe that part of her report. They're doing their due diligence to figure out the 5th-year option. I do not believe that they're exploring all options to the quarterback position, signaling that maybe they're looking at other quarterbacks. They're not committed to Tua Tagovailoa. I'm going to get into more about this in a second, but first, we got St. Patty's Day coming up right around the corner. It's one of my favorite holidays of the entire year. Chatsports.com/DolphinsGreen to get Dolphins St. Patty's gear right now. It's on sale. Take advantage of this sale. Not sure how long we're going to have this sale going on, so take advantage of it. I like those socks, man. Producer Patrick Seaman was shouting out those socks before the show. Chatsports.com/DolphinsGreen. Go and pick up St. Patrick's gear today. I love St. Patty's Day, man. I'm going to be repping the Fins on St. Patty's Day. Make no mistake about it. Going back to the 5th-year option. So the exact number on that 5th-year option is $23.2 million. which would be his base salary in 2024. The deadline to do that is after the NFL draft on May 1st. Chris Grier at the Combine was asked about it. Here's what he said. Yeah, I think with us, we're still having all those conversations because there's a lot of factors that go into that. And I think now that we're finally finishing up the coaching staff, we'll focus on some of these answers and coming together with Mike McDaniel and I will sit and talk about it, as well as Stephen Ross and Brandon Shore. So we'll go through it and we'll make our decision then. But all expectations. He's our quarterback. Listen to that, Josina. He's our quarterback, and he's our quarterback here to be successful for a long time. So I'm going to believe Chris Grier there. And look, I understand that there's been times where a team has come out and said, this is our guy, and he's not. The time I'm thinking of in my head right now is a couple years back when the Cardinals were like, yeah, Josh Rosen's our guy, and then they draft Kyler Murray and get rid of Josh Rosen. So, look, you've heard that before, but there's a big difference here for Tua Tagovailoa because he's actually really, really good, and I think it'd be pretty foolish to move on from him this soon. Should Tua be the Dolphins QB in 2023? I'm not asking will he. I'm asking should Tua be the Dolphins QB in 2023? Y for yes, Inferno down in the comment section. Go down and let me know, should Tua be the guy in 2023 for Miami? Now, when Josina says the Dolphins are exploring all options, maybe one of those options is Lamar Jackson. And there was a report in the Miami Herald this week that once again linked Lamar Jackson to the Miami Dolphins. Greg Cote of the Herald said this: it seems plain to me that the Dolphins are delaying their Tagovailoa decision as close to the May 1st deadline as possible, waiting for movement in the Jackson-Baltimore stalemate. And you know what? I'm also not buying this. I'm just not. I do not think Lamar Jackson's going to be a Dolphin. I don't think the Dolphins have the draft capital to get him. They came into this year with 2 first-round picks. Then they had 1, and now they have 0. Thanks, Stephen Ross. So I'm not buying this at all. I'm not buying the Josina report. I'm not buying the speculation from Greg Cote either. I do believe Tua will be the guy. It should be the guy going into 2023. But I also will say this. If Lamar Jackson does become available, knowing that Chris Grier's a home run hitter, Stephen Ross, certainly likes to swing for the fences too. Maybe they'll give Baltimore a call about Lamar Jackson. But if you had to pick a quarterback, who would it be? Would it be Tua Tagovailoa, or would it be Lamar Jackson, type 1 for Tua or type 8 for Lamar? I will say this: we've had concerns about Tua's durability, and obviously the injuries are different. But Lamar has missed more time in the past 2 seasons than Tua Tagovailoa, so that's worth noting. Guys, we're going to have you covered with all Dolphins news, all Dolphins rumors. We're getting you guys a video moments after this Josina Anderson report broke, so we're always going to have you covered with Dolphins news. Got more videos coming to you guys this weekend, so go down, hit that subscribe button right now. Help us get to 40K.